Log recording. It's 4:17 in the morning. It's August 27th, 2023. Well, I had to say the things I had to say. I had to be looking at myself and getting this shit out of here because I sure as hell didn't want to see it. I've seen too much of this damn crap and it scares the fuck out of me more and more. I'm seeing the anger, I'm seeing the hatred, I'm seeing it. Makes me sick to my stomach because sometimes maybe I do want to throw up all the damn time. Sometimes I get sick and tired of seeing it in my own damn self. And that is insane. I don't want to go there. I sure as hell do not want to go there. I've seen what I looked like. I looked at myself in the mirror these days, and I know I'm one ugly looking son of a bitch on the outside. But it's my own damn soul that I'm looking at that I have a problem with. Because that still needs to be worked on. Last log, I'm downloading both mornings right now. I just don't want to see myself going through that shit ever again. It scares me. I'm not quite sure how to handle it. I'm trying to handle it the best way I can, but what else am I supposed to be doing at this point? I don't get it. I don't understand it. What's going on? And I don't have any adequate answers in my own self of how to figure this crap out. I'm seeing things in my own life that I still have to question. What am I doing with myself these days? I'm seeing violent shootings happening every day. Seeing the news reports on those damn things. They'll get buried alive in the regular corporate media, but you look in the other media posts left and right, you'll see the rest of them. While people are scrambling concerning about their racial profiling crap and prejudicial because of politics. You're not following this guy or this way of thinking, then you're the enemy. It scares me to think that, unfortunately, I could be part of that. But I have to make the decision of not being that. See, I know part of me. I know that I get myself screwed up from time to time. But thinking that long, that heavy, uh, the marches that I've seen and are still haunting in my head, the scenes of those damn things. Charlottesville, years ago. There was also other videos that I was seeing on YouTube concerning about the protests. They mask themselves up. They armor themselves up. They put the same clothing on them to see that they're going to be threatening and intimidating the people. And there was one group of people in this town that said, "You ain't doing this shit to us." And this town said, "Screw it. We're not complying with your damn hatred and stuff." So they chased them back into their rental vans, or actually rental trucks, and they got the hell out of there. The cops were trying to make sure that these racists get the hell out of out of Dodge there, and they did. But they got themselves backslapped and head slapped and stuff like that. They were chased out of town. Chased out of town. It pisses me off sometimes that I'm reminded of how close I come to it. Not came to it, come to it. Without even realizing it's settled. After I get through these logs, sometimes I have to keep looking at myself, and then I, I catch myself in this situation. Look, I'm not perfect at this damn thing. Don't start looking at me as a fucking saint at this point. There's no way I'm in a saintly manner saying I'm a man of God at this point over here. You kidding me? I don't think God would be able to deal with a schmuck like me in the first place. Let alone listen to me, but he probably does. I still have to make I have to make realizations and revelations about myself. I have to understand more about me than anything else these days. I'm trying not to be the ego man. Yeah, ego driven at this point. Or I am more important than anybody else. No, 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 no. It pisses me out that sometimes I don't even get a conversation from people left and right that I wish I had. I was trying to talk about it in the other video, the long ass video I got. The other neighbor I had a problem with, Eugene. It still pisses me off that we had a break off a bit. Thought he was a friend. His whole lifestyle came back to him because of one situation happening, communications happening, and all hell broke loose. All I wanted to find out was what the hell was going on that night. Not with getting me involved, but prior to that, what the hell happened. You know, I'm willing to slide at this point that he insulted the living crap out of me, out of my mother, my brother, and me. Because, yeah, I figured his own gang thoughts and his own gang feelings were coming out of his head. He may have been shot in the head, but his personality was still in there. And still a gang member. He'll try to show himself differently, but no, after what he did, nah. After what he was saying, he's still a gang member. So I kept looking at the other guys, but they're not. But they follow suit because I don't know what the hell is their major malfunction is, but they do. And the thing of it is, in this particular town of Roseman, out here that I live in, Roseman, California, they're still racist in one way or another. It's sublime. It's hidden. They still don't like people coming into their towns, especially when they're going to be living as low income. And when it comes down for people of color, they want to keep them in the low-paying jobs instead of the higher-paying jobs. I'm hearing it. I'm seeing it. I get a conversation with a friend of mine who lives here. His family's black. I don't care. They're good people anyway. I love these guys. But what I don't like is the damn racism going on. And yes, I do see them as color. But I also see them as a human being, human beings, period. I don't have an issue with that. What I have an issue with is if they're going to be mouthing off or going crazy over white people left and right. But that, I know that's the racism coming out of me at this point over here, because now I think they should be treating the white people as a certain way. Are you kidding me? The way sometimes I keep hearing the white people are mistreating them in certain aspects of it. I listen. They go crazy. The kids running around, let the kids run around. The kids are supposed to be running around like crazy. I just don't like when the fireworks go off. Don't blow up the neighborhood, don't blow up my house, and I won't be getting on your ass on that one. And they may call themselves whatever they want. They even call it in the N-word all the damn time. I know they're going to be doing that on a constant basis at this point over here. What the hell am I supposed to be doing about this shit? Reporting for that damn crap? Be a Karen out there? No, thank you. No, I've seen the visual representations they got on social media that keeps trying to tell me what it should be or shouldn't be, including being this Karen situation. Even though it's a male Karen, or whatever they're going to be calling them themselves these days. It just pisses me off. I also seen other shows that are supposed to be contemporary at the time, and sometimes I feel like they are matching this day and age, even worse. I was trying to talk about in one particular video about the newsroom. It's like I'm more and more relating to that show and how it deals with this time period instead of nearly a decade and a half ago. It makes me scared about what the hell's happening now, as it is, and what the hell I should be doing about it. And my question to myself, what the hell am I supposed to be doing about it? I don't know. Talking about it, yeah. Talking about how I'm seeing the racial disparity is still alive and kicking, unfortunately. I'm not trying to promote myself to be the absolute perfect person. Screw that fucking shit. Are you kidding me? I still got my own damn crap going on. I still got my own inner demons fucking me over one way or another. I still got my language. But also drives me crazy is when I start going into that kind of behaviorism when I'm looking at the neighbors and I'm thinking you, and then start using an N-word in my head. That's what gets me on some occasions. Subtly, sneaky, just right in there. Just, you frickin' N-word. Hell's wrong with you assholes? Yeah, I'm saying it for the word. I'm saying it on camera. I'm saying it for the record. I ain't promoting white power or anything else like that kind of bullshit. Come on, it's bullshit. What are we having treating each other like a fucking human being, you know? Just a human being treated with common courtesy and common decency. We're not allowed to do that. No, 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 no. They're fricking this and they're fricking that. When you got these fricking nut jobs out there. It's mostly what I keep seeing being posted, and I hadn't seen anything on the opposite color spectrum here. It's usually the white assholes have got a screw loose in their head at this point over here. Usually white males are going crazy, and this is what I keep seeing by the marketing zeros and ones on YouTube, but also on the corporate media. Yesterday, I didn't even hear about this when I even read about it, that Jacksonville had a shooting from a white asshole, apparently. I don't hear blacks trying to kill each other, except when we had the gang wars going on back in the 80s and 90s. And I was also Latinos going against blacks and blacks against the Latina. We had that kind of racial discrepancy going on. I think it was going on in the 70s through the 90s. Nearly 2 or 3 decades of this shit. It was bad enough seeing and reading about the damn race war going on. Always being part of the damn shit. I remember the 94. I remember the riots that we had in 92. Scared the fuck out of me. The Rodney King situation is burned into my head at this point over here. And I'm seeing the cops trying to, 4 cops trying to kill this guy. Without even realizing it, without even realizing it, they were trying to kill this guy. They didn't. And it was all caught on camera. And the 4 cops, they get off, and then we get the city burning down on this shit. I was there, watching this shit. Now, I'd seen the videos being replayed left and right. And I'd seen how the racial tension had been building up in different areas. I was hearing about it on the scanners all the time. I was watching it on the news all the time. Sometimes I had to walk the streets on that one. And you could feel the tension in the air back then. This was back in the San Fernando Valley. There was something going down. I wasn't in South Central. If I was over at Jefferson Street, I would have been feeling the damn thing. What was it, Jefferson and Florence? Oh, no, Normandy to Florence. I'm sorry. I remember watching the scene when it was breaking out right after their verdict. Immediately right after the verdict. There was one truck driver, I think it was Reginald Denny. He was a truck driver coming through. He got stopped by the kids, black kids, pulled out and beaten the shit out of. He finally got medical attention afterwards. They think he still lived. But they were just beating the shit out of him one way or another, laughing their asses off on it. And they had him on camera for that. was watching this damn shit all the fucking time. I think about a decade and a half or two, or somewhere in that time period. My family made the journey over to Simon Wiesenthal Center out in West Hollywood. Somewhere along Sunset, I think. And we went through their exhibits. I was crying my eyeballs out. I felt like when I crawled up and died or threw up. I wish I could have talked to the rabbi over there. I wish I could have been crying on him. I could not stand my own skin during that time. I could not stand me. I was feeling a hell of a lot of empathy for this one. I wish I could go back over there again just to see it again. Walk through the exhibit. Sit down and pray with the rabbis on this one. I'm seeing so much of the damn crap, it's not even funny. I mean, it's an eye-opener of how racial intolerant we are these days. And sometimes I have to keep questioning my own. I have to. It's important. You know, right after 9/11, that's when it really became prominent. Our racial inequality. I mean, I didn't notice it as much, and I should have been watching it all the time, but I didn't see it. I kept going into environments and where it's racially diverse. I didn't have an issue with it. I tried not to have an issue with all of it. I didn't care who the supervisor was. I was working there. I was working at the company for the money. That's all I was interested in. I wasn't interested in being hateful or anything else like that. Just looking at the person saying, "Ew, who the hell are you?" And hearing this crap coming these days from people, shit. I don't know what the hell's their problem. Why are they angry that much? Why do they hate that much? Why? I've had the experiences in my youth. And I probably have the experiences today. I am challenged constantly on this. And maybe I should be. Maybe it still has to redefine me in one way or another. Maybe I still have to redefine myself and ask myself, is all of this necessary? I have to keep learning on tolerance. I have to keep being tolerant. I have to work on that. And thoughts and everything else. Now, I am not perfect at this damn shit. There's no way in hell I'm perfect at this damn shit. And I'm not looking for perfection at this point over here. I'm just looking for progress at this point over here. Even as self-realizations, things I have to go through per day on this one, and then so be it. It's going to be chewing up a hell of a lot of flash drive information, I'll tell you that much. But I have to understand this. Why are we so damn angry towards each other at this point over here? And why is all the anger at the diversity? You know, it puts me back into the biblical stuff that I had learned a long time ago about this one story about the Tower of Babel. Why did God strike us down? What the hell did we do to really piss him off during that time? Somewhere in there I got to go back in the text again and read that story and understand it. What the hell did we do to really piss God off at that point over here? Well, where the differences have to be so diverse that we couldn't just be one people. I don't understand that part of the story. I know God likes diversity. I know He likes infinite combinations. Infinite diversity, infinite combinations. I know He'd like it. But I don't get it with the segregation shit we got going on in this heart with us. I don't get it. Why are we that much into subdivisions anyway? We can't accept, we can't acknowledge, we can't deal with that. I got to work on me on this one. I can't govern the entire cosmos. I still have to work on me and my own damn impressions and my own way of dealing with people left and right out there. I don't blame them for difference. They're different. Different cultures, different behaviors, different. What's wrong with that? The thing of this, I still have to work on being open-minded more. Now, if I was talking about the racism and the racial stuff, try the sexual orientation stuff, that gets even worse. I kept hearing about the terminology we keep using against the people who got different sexuality. I try to keep it clean enough. LGBTQ community out there. They were out there when I was younger. I didn't see them, but they were out there. But I heard the jokes about them. We even made jokes about them in the damn movies and television shows. People thought it was funny during those days. We didn't realize the hurt and pain that we were causing people left and right. We didn't. We should have known. We didn't. We were dumb enough. Fell in love with Archie and All in the Family with Archie Bunker and his bullshit. Laughed their asses off in the 70s over this damn crap. But they were still real people. A thing I think that scared the hell out of me is when I was in college the first time. Because I was not used to it. I heard about it, but I just didn't experience it. And it scared the shit out of me. I was in a fan club. They had chapters all around the place, so I got into one particular chapter. I got drafted. I went to a convention at one time when I was going to college. And, I'll get technical about this one, the Star Trek Star Trek convention. They had an organization out there recruiting, always recruiting. I didn't realize you had to be open-minded and open-hearted on this one. But you grew up in the Star Trek realm, you should be. You should have known this damn thing already. Didn't occur to me during that time, did it? Should have. Twit. Even LGBTQ found it to be a place for them to be who they were, depending on which particular chapter you're in. Some of them were actually pretty damn strict in certain situations, but this one, they didn't advertise it. You simply had to go through the damn shit. And I did. And I didn't understand it anyway, but I really didn't. A trip that I had going over to Disneyland, meeting up with several other club members. Different organizations as well over there. They were going to be making it into a Star Trek day over at Disneyland. I wanted to go. I was going to be paying my way through. I was still going to college during that time. Convinced my mom about this particular Star Trek club because I didn't realize what the hell was going on. But I was still feeling uncomfortable about the damn shit. Anyway, I didn't realize that two people in the club were a part of the community. And they were happy just to be themselves. I had never been experienced with any of them, with any of the community. I hadn't been exposed to it. This was the first time. It scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of me at that point. Got over to Disneyland, and it got to the point where they wanted to go out by themselves and leave me all alone. So I was going to be okay. I wasn't. I'm wandering around the park wondering how the hell I get home. But I wanted to enjoy myself a little bit at Disneyland. That's what I did to go over there to pay for. I mean, I paid for myself to go in, and I did. They paid for themselves to get in, and they did. We were supposed to be meeting up with other trek clubs, and I did, and I spent a little time with them. But I still wanted to get the hell out of there. It took my brother about 2.5 hours just to get from North Hollywood no, not from North Hollywood. Where the hell we were living at during that time? Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Well, from call it Granada Hills all the way over to Anaheim. It would take my brother, so the traffic about 2.5 hours. I got home safe enough. But during that time, I had a bad feeling about these people anyway. It got me discouraged. I didn't want to hang out with any of them. I mean, I saw some of the other Star Trek club members that I recognized from different conventions. And I felt totally out of place with the Star Trek fans, even though I was a Star Trek fan. I had a bad experience during that time, and I had sent a letter to their chapter president. Actually, to their entire organization president on that one. I didn't realize I was going to be canceling a club out real damn fast. I left the organization, the fan organization. I didn't want to have anything else to do with them. It took me about a year or so to understand what happened. My mother had made friends with the community of sorts. She was trying to get her bookkeeping and income tax business going, but also she was meeting these friends in support meetings. And these two were the loveliest ladies you would ever meet. Because I finally got to know them. I finally get to understand. I wrote an apology letter to that former group president, and she forgave me on that one. She didn't realize what was going on. She didn't realize the harm. I didn't know how to talk to her about it. I was scared, shamed, pissed off, frustrated, confused as hell. Maybe considered a closed minder in that time, but I'd never been experienced about it, so yeah, shock value on that one. But these two ladies that I met, the ones that Mom met first, these ladies became good friends of our family until we lost contact with them. I still remember them, and I still love them in my heart. My brother also met other people in the community. One became a good friend of my brother. My brother also learned about how much of a pitfall that being part of that community, they had to deal with the stigma and the racial profiling and other profiling as well. The guy committed suicide. Mike Flowers. He was a Star Trek fan as well. We talked about Star Trek a lot. My brother liked him because he was a good guy. They were opposites. My brother liked women. I just looked at him as a Star Trek fan. And he was happy about life. He was happy to share something about his love of science fiction with me. We watched Star Trek 4 at a movie theater with other Star Trek fans. We had a ball. It tore me and David apart that things had gotten so bad for him that he had to commit suicide. I miss him to this day. Guy was a hell of a dancer, I'll tell you that much. The music that we had back then, oh yeah. Rock Me Amadeus, man, this guy was all over the damn floor. I don't get the anger. I understand the fear and confusion. I understand the certain stigmas that we have that we grew up with. But I just don't understand why we have to hate. Fear, I think. A lot of it. A lot of it. Ignorance has a way of keeping us fearful and angry and subdivided. A lot of subdivision. I may like the song from Rush on that one, but I'm seeing it happen too much. I have to be wary about me too. Whether or not I'm going to be part of that community or not, being subdivided like that. I have to be. I have to work on me. I can't change the damn world, but I can change me. And maybe through my actions and through words, maybe through the videos, I don't know. Something may or may not occur. Maybe one day or maybe somehow. It just makes sense to a lot of people. And I don't have to scare the living crap out of them. Let alone me. After this video's over, and after this damn thing's already finished up uploading the previous two, I guess during that process I'll be checking up on laundry, see if I need to get that shit going. Get my stuff going. I had to get this on record. I had to. I live in a world they like to be subdivided like crazy and hate. And the people are trying to fight like crazy, but there's still too much of it out there. How the hell do we change this shit? How the hell do we do it? The problem is we want these monumental changes happening at this point over here, and the problem is it's not going to be monumental. They have to be done at an incremental stage, one person at a time, trying to take care of their own thing and trying to be open-minded and not trying to hate the other person left and right. It's not that easy and not that simple. And we still have to have the mirror shown in front of us to see who and what the hell we are. And if we can't see it in an actual mirror itself, we have to have the mirror of others to show our own true reflection of how we're treating them and how we're looking upon each other. It's scary. It's scary seeing your own Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde routine going on. Some people are so comfortable in their own anger and their own hatred and their own vitriol, it's not even funny. They're so damn comfortable in it, they just marinate in it. They're drenched with it. It's become part of them, inside and out. honest. I wonder if God and Christ would have a problem with our society these days. I keep wondering when Christ was walking around the earth, or at least part of his neighborhood anyway. Did he also experience this shit as well? Besides the Roman Empire being pain in the asses to the communities out there, did the communities actually had this clashing? Because the only clashing I've seen in the Bible when I was reading about it, some of the stories in the New Testament, is how much we had a problem concerning about religion and how much we had a problem concerning about governments, especially invading governments, who got a problem concerning about what they consider righteous and what's not. And comparing what we have, what we think is righteous right now, shit, we're an embarrassment. Here's the other thing. I was going to be mentioning something about besides racial profiling, it's also religious profiling as well. How we're supposed to be of one particular religion that's supposed to be tolerant, and yet we're intolerant with each other. I think maybe I ought to do a video on that one as well.